everybody, it's Oldskulenerd. Welcome in. Today I have the honor, nay the privilege, possibly the fulfillment of the bucket list. I finally get to talk to two members of the amazing Blackbriar, Zora and René.
Yes, sir.
See how I said that?
Yeah, you did it perfectly, man.
Made sure we
Both
said her
of them.
name right and just didn't give a shit about the drummer. That's,
exactly.
That's how that rolls. As a drummer myself, nobody cares.
And this was on our bucket list as well. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Y'all need to work on your bucket list.
True.
Speaking of bucket lists, we're going to get into that. There's a lot of big things going on for you guys. But before we get into that, for those who do not know who you are, and this is the dumbest thing I've ever said, because everyone that begged me to find out if I could speak to y'all knew about you before they told me, so they all know. Tell us a little bit about Blackbriar, its origins. You guys are 13 years in the game now, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So it could be either the Queen or product placement Nike can explain to us what Blackbriar is.
Well, it will be the Queen, I think.
Okay. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay. So me and René started Blackbriar, and we were already making music before that, but it was completely different kind of style. It was more of a dark pop kind of music. But then we went to a concert of Slash, and the band Hailstorm played there as support act, and we were completely blown away. And we looked at each other and said, "This is what we need to do."
Yeah.
We don't make Hailstorm type of music anymore. We tried in the beginning, but we do exist because of them. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's.
oh, René, you were going to add something. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say that I completely second that. That's exactly the way it went.
This is very smart of you to agree with her.
Yeah, I know.
To not agree with her. I've seen videos. Not a good look. Not a good idea. No. She's the only princess to break out of the see-through glass coffin and kill everyone. But we're gonna get into more of that. It's funny because Blackbriar, like so many other amazing, diverse bands out of Europe in metal, not only diverse in their lineups, featuring different genders, different people of different origins and backgrounds, but also different types of metal. Because your type of metal is very unique, although we do have bands that do go a little bit dark. There's a little bit more complexity than just saying, oh, we're dark. You're not goth, but you're not symphonic. You're not emo, but you can be. You're not a dark alternative to Disney. Everyone stop that crap. But how would you describe okay, since it's the two of you, how would you describe the sound of Blackbriar?
Honestly, that's one of the hardest questions to answer, because we've been struggling with that ourselves as well, and we do see that it fits a whole lot of different genres what we do, and it's also intentional, to be completely honest. I still think that our label had it perfect when they basically labeled us on their web store in a completely different way from any other band. And what they did was they put Blackbriar under something like atmospheric metal or something, right?
Yeah,
so something like that. And I think that would work for us in terms of that's what we're working on. You know, we're trying to set a vibe, and we are doing the cinematic thing, and we're doing the goth thing, and we're doing all these different soundscapes. So yeah, that would fit us well, I think.
And I guess we don't really care about the genres.
Perfect.
Just do what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the two answers that you should go with from now on, this is just me. I came up with a term called storytelling metal. Because it can be you could be Powerwolf. They're telling stories, but look at who they are. You could be Rammstein. You could be all these different genres that people try to stick them in. Do they tell stories? Well, Blackbriar definitely tells stories, And not just in the videos. You guys are known for your videos. However, I find some of the best storytelling comes when you close your eyes, listen to what you guys have created. And also, if you want to go with the default, say, the only way I could describe Blackbriar is to just say it's Blackbriar. Because you guys do kind of sit out. Everything is different. It's familiar, but it contrasts to, you can't stick Blackbriar in any other box because it doesn't fit right. And that's, like you said, you don't make the same kind of music of the bands that inspired you, but you know where the roots came from. But what you guys, the stories you guys tell are yours, and they show as yours.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you. Well, being called unique is, I think, the best compliment, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, if we, we made it a little bit easier on ourselves because it has everything of everything basically. So we get inspired by different kinds of music. It can be anything, and we just try to. The vibe that we're feeling when we're writing the songs, that's basically what we're writing at that point. So we're not thinking about writing the album up front. So every song is its own story and has its own influence in terms of music, in terms of the lyrics and the melodies. And that's why we can, take these very brief trips into other genres a little bit. So sometimes we'll add some folky elements. Sometimes it will be a lot darker or more bombastic. And that's the fun of being in this band and writing for Blackbriar, because we never chose a specific direction necessarily.
When you guys make videos, it's hard enough. And I've heard, by the way, I've been doing this a bit. I've heard every method. I've heard we just do it on the bus when we're on tour, or we sit in a room and we don't leave until we have an album written. I've heard every different thing. I don't care what the method is that you guys create these songs, because as soon as you create the songs, then you guys have to create the videos. That must be having to write it twice, because some of this stuff is so elaborate. Where do you draw your inspiration for your music writing? And then could you tell me, is it something that the band comes together as far as a visualization or representation of that song in a video, or do you rely on other creative people to help?
Oh, I usually already get the music video idea when I write the lyrics.
She can, René, she can see herself doing all that crazy dark stuff.
Yeah, I know.
The stuff that creates dreams in young women and nightmares in young men. She's already thinking of it when she writes it. Y'all need to keep an eye on her. Put a bell on her neck.
So I usually know the video or idea or before the song is finished. So that's, I think, the easier part for us. Yeah.
So many.
And we also pick our singles based on the cool music video ideas I get.
Because you're like, this one's going to be a video, I'm telling you now. And Renee's like, you haven't written it yet. Nope.
Oh, that happened a lot.
That happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, sometimes Zora can even, change the lyrics or the song just because she has a very vivid video idea. It doesn't happen a lot, but it did happen in the past. And, you just mentioned, like, do we rely on all sorts of different creative people, but filming these music videos and producing them is actually our second passion. So we do everything ourselves. So that's also what makes us very flexible when writing the music and already thinking about the rest of the creative process. And doing it ourselves is very fulfilling, and it leaves us with every opportunity is still there, even when we're still writing the song or when we're doing the music video. It's very cool to do it this way.
It's a two-edged sword. Both Electric Callboy and a band out of the Pacific Northwest of the United States called Ventersea. All their videos, when you see their videos, you see the credits and you're like, for Electric Callboy, you're like, Sholo Brothers. Who? It's a member of the band and his brother. They're in the band. Ventersea is Hot Carl Productions. Who the hell would name themselves Hot Carl? And you're like, Oh, that's the bassist in the band. So I can see the two-edged sword of saying, by keeping it in-house, we know it's our vision. We know that
Exactly.
no one can come behind it or change it to something that wasn't originally thought of so many months before, when Zora is just sitting there writing some stuff down and she's lost in thought. You know that it's going to become that in the end. That must be very comforting.
Yeah, I think it started basically because of a budget thing, you know, doing it ourselves.
Can't hire anybody. We're doing it ourselves.
We didn't have the money. Yeah, exactly.
But then, yeah, it grew into something a lot more. Yeah.
Again, you're blessed when you can pull that together and make it happen. Everyone, I would say that in my community, half of the people know you guys from videos. Fair. You know, someone shared a video. Have you seen this video? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? The other half say, yeah, I like the videos, but if you see them live, the video is great, but there's something about, if you see them perform the song live, they live it on the stage, and then you see it in a different perspective. Have you ever heard someone come up to you and say, we love your videos, but holy crap, we had no idea this is what you guys do live?
Well, yeah, I mean, we obviously we read all the comments online, because not everybody who we get to meet after a show will tell us this. I haven't heard it that many times. You know, I read about it a few times. But yeah, I mean, our passion started with the music and then the music videos. And then afterwards we started playing live. So, you know, we already had released Until Eternity, and we had never actually played a live show before. Right up until Epica, literally one of the biggest symphonic metal bands we have in the Netherlands, obviously, invited us to play a support show for a sold-out show for them.
But we
that
don't.
Was basically,
we haven't played live. We're gonna have to. Did you have that conversation?
Yeah. It was, well, we had played like a very small local pub where you could fit like 20 people. I'm not even exaggerating. But we were basically just rehearsing for fun and doing the music in the studio and ourselves back in those days, and doing the music videos. So getting that opportunity from Epica basically opened our eyes, and we needed to start thinking about adding more people to the band. Like, don't we need a keyboard player at least to be able to play this music? And that's where, you know, we got Ruben, who used to play with Floor Jansen in Revamp. And very quickly we basically founded the band people know today in terms of, you know, all the live musicians as well. But that doesn't mean that, you know, our main passion is still writing the music, going into the studio and you know, producing the music videos.
So would you say around 2020, around the time of COVID, the identity of the band changed from the creation you guys created to something that becomes, okay, by the way, we're progressing beyond the creativity of just what you've created, but to something that is more tangible that everyone can see around that time? It's around that time is when y'all brought Ruben in, right? Just before 2020?
Yeah, I mean, live, yes, but he already was working on our music at on the first EP, actually.
Oh, okay, well then,
he didn't really know it, but
just helping out wasn't really part of the band.
It's nice to have good friends.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny because we had the EP written, and I was like, I couldn't play the piano back then, and I was like, oh, it would be very cool to have a piano part on this song. We didn't even know we were actually working inside the realm what is symphonic metal. We had no idea back then. So we were just making music, and I just wanted a piano. And then, you know, a friend from a friend was Ruben, and he said, oh, I'll do it, and I'll make something. And I remember that my jaw dropped when I heard his piano playing, and I was like, wow, this is insane that you could lift this song up that much. The specific song I'm talking about is Deadly Nightshade. It has a very simple piano, but, you know, I was very unknown with all of that stuff back then. I don't
know if you want to open that Pandora's box.
What box?
the simple. Because I think Zora knows where I'm going with this. She's done a couple of collaborations on some YouTube channels where it's just her and another vocalist, and it's just a piano. and I could see René with a cajon and all the other guys with acoustic instruments, and Zora just freaking go the fuck off live. No symphonics, just bare bones. Y'all could do that too, because in the core of it, yes, there's symphonics. Yes, there's an elaborate creative process. There's this amazing arrangement. There's all these layers. But at the end of the day, basically, if you broke it down, you guys are just folk storytellers in a way. You're just telling timeless tales. And I think y'all could do anything, really. Y'all could break it down to something very basic and acoustic and pure. You guys have already done everything elaborate. So you ever thought about doing an acoustic thought?
Maybe that's also because of the way we write our songs, because it starts with only my vocals. I write the lyrics, I record my melodies, and that's the whole song already, just the vocals, and then René creates the music based on that. So yeah, it really works for us. So
so what you're saying is, everyone pay attention. So basically what you just said was, these elaborate, layered, crazy arrangement, wonderful composed, beautifully rendered, filled out pieces of symphonic, atmospheric metal art, storytelling metal, come down to just the basic heartfelt vocal song written. No matter how complex it gets, the original heartfelt idea comes from the most simplest basic.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you just said, if we could take everything out and it would still be very pleasing to listen to. I get to experience that because in a very early stage, I will be the one who hears the vocals at first, and Zora goes all out. So it's the lead vocals, but it's also all the backing vocals already. So I get a very clean idea of what I feel like she wants to go towards with the song. So there's all these layers.
Sometimes you think the layers are annoying and you put them out, but...
yeah. Sometimes I just turn them off because they start to bug me a bit, or it's very strange. Because Zora can do that quite easily, making things strange.
Editing your art is one of the hardest things to do, because sometimes you get these ideas and you want to chase the rabbit, which I'm sure is a Blackbriar video somewhere. But to edit yourself, to say, you know what, maybe less is more in this instance is hard to do, because you chase that dream, you chase that perfect image of what you're creating. Speaking of what you've created, tell us about the new album, 2025. Tell us about this thing. Tell us about the album, because the album and the tour are called the same thing. So you're pretty much committed to it. So tell us about it.
Yeah, I'm the worst person to explain these stuff.
Well, that's why René's here.
Yeah, I love writing, but I hate explaining the writing.
Okay, René, go, and then she's gonna fill in what she's comfortable with.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know what you want to know. This album is
everything.
Something that we've been working on for the past 2 years. What? Oh, you need sheet music. I thought you said sheet.
I need a click track, please.
I could erase a click track.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up, everyone. Okay, René, tell us about a thousand little deaths. I was messing with you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't worry. I was about to mention that we started this thing 2 years ago, right after we released the a Dark Euphony. That's it, a Dark Euphony.
I'm glad you said it, because I've been mispronouncing that for almost 2 years now.
How have you been pronouncing it?
I said euphony. Which sounds like you're fake, which is so bad. It's horrible. It's a horrible way to say it. So just like the new album out this year, 2023, Blackbriar. Don't even say the name of the album. Just go to their site, click the link. It doesn't matter what it's called. Just because I can't say it right doesn't mean you shouldn't get it. So you started. This goes back 2 years. Tell us about this new one, because so far every reaction we've done, every video we've seen. My daughter has the whole damn album. Every video y'all put out so far, all the songs that have been released so far on this, they're all playlists. She's just dancing away, having herself a little fairy tale over here. So tell me what...
We should see a video of that, because...
no, that's... No. She knows where I sleep. No.
Oh.
No. See, Zora plays a dark, mysterious goddess on videos. My daughter is dark, mysterious in the middle of the night. We don't play those games.
Scary.
Okay, so the album, let's get back to it. I'm sorry, I rambled again.
Well, no, for us, the writing process is basically an ongoing thing. We write music all the time, but it doesn't mean that we have thousands of songs in the bank. So we needed to start right after the previous one. And because for Zora, and I think she can explain this a lot better, but, she gets inspired by something and then writes a song about it. And it doesn't mean that she gets all the inspiration out there. It's very specific and particular things usually. So yeah, sometimes writing an album for like maybe 10 or 12 songs, it can actually take 2 years. So yeah, and we just started working on it. And I think, what was the first song that we wrote, Zora, for this new album? Do you remember?
Ooh.
I want to say I Buried Us, maybe?
For me, for lyrical wise, it was, I think, A Last Sigh of Bliss. But
Okay.
Okay.
So that's just been released, obviously, but yeah. I mean, again, what do you want to know about the album?
Okay, I guess how does this one differ from previous works? Because everything evolves, so can they expect something different from future releases when the album comes out? Are there going to be surprises on this album, or a difference that they were like, I think the fan base may not be ready for this? Did anything like that occur, or did y'all just stay true to form?
I think we really like to stay true to form, but we did try something different this time, and that was to go on our first writers camp all together. And we went to the beautiful house that we filmed our very first music video in, which was a special place for us. So that was very cool. And yeah, there we wrote The Hermit and the Lover mostly, because we were completely stuck on that song. We only had the vocals. René tried several times and we were just stuck. And that was the song that was written with all of the band.
Oh, okay. You just said that the one you tried with the whole band, you couldn't seem to get it together. It's hard because, okay, there are 6 of you. That's 6 perspectives, 6 disciplines, all trying to bring together a thought that everyone cares about. And when you talk about things that people care about, sometimes it's hard to step away or step back from what your thought process is. And it really tells a story of not only as a band, but as we can all relate to it as family. When you get together with family, how do you navigate that process? But so on the album, would you say that this is probably the most collaborative album y'all have done, where you had the most input from various members for you, Zora, or?
Yeah, definitely. Because of this writers camp, we listened to all of the songs together. It was very like with all candles in the evening, and we listened to all the drafts and tried to make them better. And then everybody went into their separate room and worked on The Hermit and the Lover, and we all came back together again, and it went surprisingly well, I think. We didn't have any fights.
Yeah, that's funny. Because you just mentioned, Richard, that the how do you navigate that? We actually made sure that we didn't have those issues about having to basically police all the different perspectives into the song and potentially harming the process of that song. So what we did was we basically just gave everybody Zora's vocals, so everybody could have their own writer's process with that vocal. And then at the end, when everybody was done, we just went into the main parlor. I received all the tracks and I just started listening to what everybody made. And we did that all together, and we basically just picked the parts that felt best or most fitting for the vocals, or mostly sounding like Blackbriar, because this was also the first time anybody else would write a piece of music for Blackbriar that wasn't me. So, there's always you know, you need to be careful about changing too much. So yeah, that's what we did, and that way everybody had their opinions that they could share. But in the end, it was still a collaborative writing process, but everybody just did their own parts basically.
That may be one of the most unique ideas. But if you think about it, every person, like we talked about perspectives, and everyone feels certain different things. Each member of the band hears what Zora has put together. They go from their perspective, they put something together. You bring it all back. Instead of everyone trying to do it while everyone else is, you know, kind of interrupting the thought, then you can come back. How many times, and you don't have to be specific, but do you find that, okay, you put everything together, you know what you're going to write, René, but what if, you know, all of a sudden Robin came up with something you're like, oh, I like that. And how many times did that happen often, or where people had different ideas where you're like, I didn't think about that, but I like that idea better?
Well, again, I basically, because I was in the main parlor with my setup, and you know, I had all the songs and I was working on everything at once, and the rest was mainly focusing on The Hermit and the Lover. But when they came into the room, I basically made sure that I worked with everybody separately.
Yeah.
So that you do not have the whole, I like this, I like that, let's try this situation. I really wanted to take as much as I could from that specific person. So I was sitting with Ruben, and we were looking at all the piano parts, for example. And then I was sitting with Bart, and we looked at all the solos and the lead guitar parts and stuff like that. Just it was more of a way to make sure that everybody had their own influence in their own parts that they would eventually become to play live.
Wow.
So that was very important to me. And for the rest, you know, I was mainly making sure that everything would remain sounding like this band. Because the funny thing is, when everybody was writing The Hermit and the Lover, you know, we have a guitar player who comes from a metalcore background, and we have a different guitar player who comes from a different kind of genre as a guitarist. And you could literally hear those influences in the music, and it had nothing to do with Blackbriar in some cases, which is extremely funny because we did use those parts, but in a completely different way. But the funny thing was, you wouldn't recognize a Blackbriar song in the specific parts written by the specific people. At least I couldn't hear it. But we managed to make it work by using tiny bits and pieces so that everybody, you know, did still have something to do with the song and the writing process, and maybe not in that form that they came up with. So, yeah.
That is an amazing, mature, thoughtful, and caring way to produce an album. Somebody clip this and send it to Metallica, because they yeah, anyway. Come on, that joke never gets old. Anyway, okay. We've talked about the creation of the album. When does the album come out?
August 22nd. Right?
I'm glad you guys knew.
Yeah, it's not like it's written very big in our rooms everywhere.
I know, but I wanted you guys to be like, yes. Okay, so yeah, I was like, they know this. This is an easy question.
Yeah, it was an easy question. Yeah, I was.
There it is. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the album's coming out the 22nd. Everyone's going to get the album. They're going to fall in love with it, and then somebody's got their first headline tour. Yeah. So how excited are you guys about having a headline tour? And tell us about it. I know the dates start kind of in the middle of October, and they go through throughout November. Where and who's going to be joining you this time?
Yeah, it's a band called Forever Still, and it's really funny because we were looking up to them when we started Blackbriar, because they were pretty much a do-it-yourself band as well. And yeah, we were really looking up to them, and that's why we find it so important to ask them, and we are so happy that they said yes.
Yeah,
we never met before, so we haven't played before, and but it was just because we've always been following them since the very start, and yeah.
Yeah, they are basically the second reason, not necessarily why we started this band, but definitely a big part in our identity. Because, like Zora said, they did everything themselves, including the music videos and stuff like that. And we were just thinking, oh, if they can do it, maybe we can do it as well. So
And it
we,
looked very cool, everything
yeah,
they did. Yeah.
it was very beautiful what they did. So they inspired us to basically become the do-it-yourself band. And now years later, on our first, European headline tour, for us it only felt right and full circle moment to ask them at least, and to see if they wanted to join. And luckily they wanted to be part of this, and it's very exciting for us.
You got to love the full circleness of that. Ginger came to the United States to do a headline tour, and they asked POD from everyone knows POD, right? POD goes, "We would love to," and Ginger freaks out, and POD's like, "Why are y'all freaking out?" They're like, "You don't understand. We are fans of this. Like, you guys inspired us back when we first." It does come full circle, which is awesome. So everybody that watches my videos knows all this information in the description below. So don't have to Google. Just go down there. All the links, all of Blackbriar's links are right. Go that way. Now that we've talked about serious things, we've talked about the serious stuff, which is your music, inspirations, ideas, process, future, things that are coming up. Now we get to have fun before you leave. Question time.
Oh shit!
Everyone goes through
preparing
this.
for the fun stuff.
Oh, no, they're fun. They're fun. Don't worry about it. Okay. Each one of you will answer in kind. Okay, Renee, you cannot steal her answer. So you have to come up with your own. Okay.
I will. I am very good at that.
Since you're headlining your first headline tour, what is the one thing, not a microphone, nothing musical, personal item, that you have to bring with you from home or on the road? It's something you have to pick up whenever you're traveling.
Earplugs to be able to sleep because everybody snores.
That's a good one.
A bunch of trolls and a princess. I knew it. Okay, Renee, your turn.
I sleep with earplugs as well, man. You don't even want to know.
Nope. Get your own answer.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I have my own answer.
Okay, go.
Listen, if we go to a different country, I don't care what country it is, I need to pick out a local gin and bring it back home.
A local gin.
Yes.
Here in the United States, we have quite a few. So when you guys come over, we got you hooked up.
It needs to be more local than the United States, buddy. It needs to be
like
a city.
Texas gin or Boston. No. I don't mean when I say America's got. I don't mean like an American gin. I mean there are gin producers all over the place, and each one has a different flavor.
It's the same out here.
Somebody needs to call Tommy Johansson and get you a bottle of his. I mean, come on. I mean, there you go, right? Needs to happen.
Exactly. But I enjoy drinking gin and tonic, and that is something that I would look for when visiting all these different cities and countries. We try to bring home gin, a local gin, and that's always been good to us.
Okay, pretty good. Oh, by the way, Zora, her answer was correct.
Oh, there's
there was a right answer. It is earbuds. But
far, you're making up rules now.
No, I'm not. No. You are the third interview in a row where I've asked this question. Yeah. Pi, the guitarist from Lord of the Lost, noise canceling earphones. Hans Plotz from Feuerschwarz, noise canceling headphones. So, but if I didn't force you not to take her answer, you probably would have said that the same. It seems to be...
Yeah, because I literally cannot sleep without them in general.
It appears to be that's a running necessity on tour. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this tour happens around a certain time of the year that is the spooky time of season. Okay, because you guys are Dutch, I don't know how Halloween is over there, or if it's even celebrated. But during the spooky times of the fall, during, this time, what are your favorite traditions during this time of year? I'm asking this because you're Blackbriar. I wouldn't ask this if you guys weren't Blackbriar. What is your favorite spooky tradition in your home? As I ask this, Zora's sitting in an all red lit room that looks like a dungeon. Okay, Renee. Renee's got to go first because you went first last
Okay,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Don't say my answer.
I
please.
don't know your answer, so that's good.
No, she's
I
allowed
hope
to
I don't
copy you,
steal
bro.
it.
I'm changing the rule.
Yeah, exactly. You've been changing rules ever since we started this. And if I knew I could lose this game, then I would have
There's no points.
put more effort into it.
There's no points.
Okay, but Zora is one ahead of me. But there's no point.
That has nothing to do with the questions asked.
Okay.
That's just every day, dude. Every day.
That's true. Yeah, I know. I kind of forgot it. Oh yeah, I remember it now. Like you said, we don't really have the very cool Halloween traditions you guys have. I mean, they're trying to in the Netherlands. You know, some clubs do some stuff, but it's nothing like you guys do. And we are absolutely in love with it. So, you know, we have written a Halloween song every year for the past 10 years, and not one of them has been released. So that's a tradition of us.
Halloween concert, make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
But again, you were asking about the traditions. That would be a personal tradition of ours.
Writing a Halloween song every year
Yes.
that is only
And
for
not-
y'all and
and
no
not
one's ever going to
release
hear it.
Yeah, and, yeah, exactly.
For me, it's because the colors during fall in the forest are so beautiful, and I always like to wander around the graveyard. Yeah.
Okay, I'm from South Louisiana. We don't have a fall. We go from summer to a day and a half of winter, then back to summer because it's so hot.
Sounds good.
But we do wander around in graveyards. So, okay, we got New Orleans is kind of a big thing here. I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. If you guys do come to the United States, Zora's like, we don't even have a show in New Orleans. She's like, no, we're going for a photo shoot.
I actually said that the last time.
Yeah, you can literally walk through and you're just like, get a nighttime lens and just take pictures during the day for the lighting. Just get a nightshade lens, do it during the day so you get lighting. Because at night, even the locals don't go to the cemeteries at night.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
We're not that scared.
oh, I wouldn't do it. Okay, last question. Last question. This is okay.
I won this one, right?
No. Why do you even ask these questions?
I know you were handing out points before, so
Okay. I started the interview with the fact that you're the drummer. You're never going to win. As a drummer, I already know we don't win. We're just happy
losers.
we're happy to be here. No, we're just happy to be here.
true. Yeah.
I hit things with sticks. I'm good. Okay. That's not true. We love everything. All right. Last question. If you could tour with one band or artist, past or present, your dream bucket list, who would it be? Do not copy each other's answers. And there is no wrong answer on this one.
I guess it must fit our music a little bit.
Nah. Willie Nelson is fine. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, then I would say because also in the beginning I was very much inspired by In This Moment, and that would be very cool.
Wow. I see the similarities. You're a little bit. You're not as. I think the word is dirty.
Right.
You're not filthy. You're not. Her whole idea is that she is filthy. They have a song called "Filthy," for God's sakes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're. It's dark, but you're polite about it. Okay, Renee,
I'm gonna say something completely different.
go for it.
Mainly because it's something that I've been a huge fan of ever since I found out about this band. But I would love to be able to tour with a band like Alter Bridge or something. That is, I think you could learn a thing or two from those guys. So that would be very interesting.
That's not a bad one because that's also another storytelling band. And now that you said that, I was going to leave you with one last thought before we go. As much as I would love to see you guys do an acoustic album or acoustic set, even a little EP with acoustic versions of your favorite songs from your anthology, you are one of the bands that I would love to see with a full orchestra.
We did it once. It wasn't a full orchestra.
I mean, okay, the Royal Amsterdam Philharmonic, the London Philharmonic, you know, the New York Philharmonic. I mean, like a full body. I mean, you said Alter Bridge, and the second you said it, I was like, the one they did at Royal Albert Hall was just a magical experience to do that. Yeah. I think your music would lend to that.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just a matter of who's gonna pay for it.
Yeah, that is. Look, we just got. Look, we're doing our first headline. Can you give us a break? Let us get through this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, but yeah, and I'm not saying
be a dream come true.
I'm not saying that it's because as an artist you deserve that. What I'm saying is the music that you're telling, the stories that you're saying. Those videos, what Zora, the stories you're writing in your heart, what you produce, the sound of your voice, that deserves every instrument in the alphabet behind you.
Thank you.
Your band, all of you do an amazing job, but I think an army of backup would be the ultimate for these stories you guys tell. Is there anything really you guys want to share with the Blackbriar faithful before I let you go to continue your evening?
Well, Zora, you can go first if you want.
For the people, the listeners, listeners?
For your people. These are Blackbriar people. Technically, we're all Blackbriar people. We just don't know it.
That I really, really hope that everybody will love the album. And please let us know what you think, because that's, it gives us a lot of happy feelings, yeah. Positive energy. Yeah, we love to read all of your comments, so yeah.
Good and bad, by the way. We don't care. We just don't read the bad ones.
No.
It's a really good plan.
Yeah.
If I read bad comments, I would have quit 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
how long have you been on YouTube? Nah, 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, René, what would you like to share?
I was gonna say almost identical stuff to what Zora just said, but I wanna actually, because we are very easily approachable, and we can very easily approach our fans ourselves. I just wanna guide my words to you mainly. We've been watching your YouTube channel for a bit now.
So sorry.
And first of all, it sucks.
No.
Yeah, right. It would be much better if I had one of those Blackbriar T-shirts to wear during reactions.
Yeah. No, but I wanted to say a massive thank you for notifying, but noticing us and spending your time listening to our music. We honestly, we replied to your videos because we were actually watching them and having fun watching them. And
I have so much fun.
It's been just very cool that you take your time to react to our music videos. And yeah, I want to thank you for that.
I live in a world where we were robbed of the creativity of European metal for so many years, because we just got shoved down our throats everything that radio and music industry here wanted us to listen to. With the advent of YouTube and everything opening up with music platforms, people like me can find bands like yours, and through your committed, faithful Blackbriar Ians, is that what we're calling them? Blackbriarians, yeah, that works. They were like, you got to check out this band. And I was like, okay. And then I did, and I went, crap, another one that robbed my childhood that I didn't get to enjoy. The only thing we had growing up was Heart. That was the closest we got. Now, granted, I'm Ann Wilson and Nancy Wilson, my two favorite performers as a kid, but now I see all these amazing women from all different genres of metal that all get to share their voices just like those pioneers did. And now it's a world where it's no longer just pushed down, it's accepted, it's the normal, and it's a great time to be alive. So everyone that's looking at my face right now, sorry, it's just the way I look, but everyone that's looking at my face right now, listen to me. Getting the album is important. Liking the album, pre-ordering the album, super important. Also, sharing it, watching it, streaming it, the videos, leaving comments. If you don't get a ticket, if you live in Europe and you don't buy a ticket to this tour, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to mock you incessantly. I don't get to go to the tour. You get to go to the tour. So I don't want to hear any excuses. It's not even far to go. It's not even far to go anywhere in Europe. I got people that I would go see this band 6 times in a row. How? Well, yeah, they're like, do. I drove to all of them. I'm like, man, shut up. You have no excuses. If you don't go to at least one show and freak out and lose your mind, and you got to, that way you show the tour promoter, you show record labels, you show industry people, you show every single person that sees bands and goes, that's the band we're putting on the main stage at Wacken next year. That's exactly what we're talking about. That happens when people go to shows. Behave yourself, but cause a ruckus. Legally ruckus? That, exactly. Yeah, you know the difference.
Yeah. I just want to say amen to that. Everything you just said is completely true. And
that blows my mind. So many amazing bands in Europe do all these tours. I don't get to go. And then all the people
will be out there again.
Yeah, you will. And I will be there. Really I'm going to catch it. I'm going to catch it. Texas, please. But when it comes through, like, all these people are like, I was going to go, but, I don't like, dude, it's 15 kilometers from your house.
That's true.
When I was younger and I wasn't overweight, I could run that. You have no excuse.
No, anyway. you can only crawl it or walk it.
Right. Okay, the 22nd. It doesn't matter. You know what? Why am I even saying the 22nd? That date should not matter. You should be pre-ordering it now. See?
True.
Right? True. The release date doesn't matter if you've pre-ordered it and saved it. Why am I the only person saying that? Everyone should be saying that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just hope people will find us and will like the new album. We'll see, and I hope your viewers and listeners also enjoyed this interview.
And you guys know how to find me. My name is the same on Instagram and all the platforms. If something's coming, give me the heads up. I will be there.
Yeah, but I already blocked you on all my social media.
I know. I'm sorry. That's, you know what? He is smarter than your average bear. I'll give him that. I thought it was just a pretty beard, but apparently you do realize you have like the 3rd best beard in the band. Sorry, it's true.
But it's only this one. But it's fake.
No,
look.
The third, I said the 3rd best beard in the band.
That's why I blocked you.
But look. You have accolades. You're the best drummer in the band. So
that's also true.
All right, awesome. Okay, everyone, the amazing Zora and René from Blackbriar.
Thank you.
I have to do that.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys. I want you both to have an amazing day, and we'll see you later.
You too.
Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.